B&B price approaches a key level. Bears in trouble. Bitcoin liquidity signals a brutal squeeze to 111,000 US dollars. XRP returns. Will this be the breakout to $3? Ethereum price builds strength. Will it finally break the higher level? Welcome to Crypto Be 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and thanks for joining me on today's episode of this great show. As you all know, I've not been on your screen for some time now just because I've been a little bit not feeling fine, but I have to do what I have to do to bring the news and the value to you guys on the screen. So we're going to discuss about the news that are making the waves. As you see, the latest Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. We're still going to talk about the fear and greed index, the market cap, and also we're going to take a look at the economic calendar to know what is going on with the space. Also, we're going to check the charts analysis out to know how everything is going. All right, without wasting our time, let us dive into today's business. And what we're going to do first of all is check the news out. If you look at the news that come our radars right now, is BTC could drop to 86,000 US dollars as demand network activity falters. That's coming from CryptoQuant. Also, let's take a look at another news, and this one is Bitcoin critic Paul Krugman hacked to promote fake token. And speaking of fake token, last week I told you about a lot of AI project that was launched and almost few of them did well. I told you about president influencers now trying to launch tokens, and I said this season or this bull cycle might be the token that was going to make people lose money, not NFT like the other time. All right, let's take a look at another news on the radar, and this one is Metaplant now holds 2,100 Bitcoin, purchases 68 more BTC. We all know Metaplant has been pushing to acquire a lot of BTC, just like MicroStrategy and others in the game. All right, let's take a look at another news, and this one is coming from Helium. Helios Lab CEO defends Solana amid criticism over meme coin frenzy. And if you all know, I told you Solana is going to do well this bull cycle, and at the same time, it might still run down by these fake tokens and everything that has been launching on the on-chain. So we need to be careful with all the project we'll be watching, but we make sure we do our own research before we do that. Let's take a look at another news on the radar, and this one is CoinDex Indices launches CoinDex 100 meme coin index in industry boost. Now another news on the radar, and this one is Theta leads 10 million US dollars funding in a cross-border payment firm, Mansa says. And we all know Theta is a stable coin that we all use to trade BTC and other token. Now let's talk about Trump. As we all know, Trump has been making waves coming from his token that is launched and different policies he's been passing since he became the United States president for the second time. And here, Trump underscores commitment to make US the crypto capital. We all know he signed an executive order when he took the office saying we need to look into crypto, reduce the policy and all of that with the SEC, and also probably United States should be the world capital for cryptocurrency. More news on the radar, and this is coming from Nigeria, and this one is Nigeria takes another shot at Binance with 18.5 billion lawsuit. We all know Binance has been banned in Nigeria, and also some of the executives were arrested some months ago or years back, or let me say, yeah, maybe last year or so. I can't really remember the time of the period, but now another lawsuit has been filed against them for 81.5 billion US dollars. And if you can read with me, you can see Nigeria is suing Binance for 81.5 billion US dollars, accusing the exchange of damaging its economy and devaluing the naira. The lawsuit includes claiming for back taxes and highlights legal conflicts between Nigeria authorities and Binance, which has forced accusation of money laundering and tax evasion. So, as you all know, cryptocurrency is not really legal in Nigeria except in other parts of the country. And now, if you look at it now, they've now banned or sue Binance for 81.5 billion US dollars. All right, another news on the radar we're going to check right now. This one is coming from Brazil, and it says Brazil expected to launch world's first spot XRP ETF following approval. We all know some of these countries, they've been trying to have a strategic reserve when it comes to cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, but now Brazil expected to launch world's first spot XRP ETF following approval. So that means we now have approval for XRP ETF in Brazil. Although some countries, some investment company like Grayscale, some other exchange or investment company, they've been trying, even I think BlackRock, they've been filing for XRP ETF with the SEC, and we're still going to see. But this one coming from Brazil, I think this is a positive news. All right, let's take a look at what the cryptocurrency market cap and the event is now looking like, because that's what I have for you regarding the news that are making the waves on the radar this morning. Now let's take a look at what is going on with the economic calendar. You all know yesterday we saw FOMC Fed chair speak, even the president of the United States speak also. But now, what are we expecting today? Today we're expecting unemployment claims and Philly Fed manufacturing index data to drop at 1:30 p.m. GMT or UTC today. So that's one of the important news we're going to be looking at. Also, we're going to be taking a look at the crude oil inventories, and that also will be dropping at 4 p.m. GMT or UTC. Although we have some other news on the radar, but they are not that important like the one I've just mentioned. So we might just want to watch out and take a look on our trades. So that is what the economic calendar looks like today. Now let's check what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. If you all know, last week we were sitting around 3.3 billion US dollars. Then we dropped to around 3.2 billion US dollars. And now we are still sitting around 3.3 3.3 trillion US dollars. And you can see the trending coin and the top gainers coin, and we have almost 100 billion US dollars traded in the last 24 hours, talking about the volume. Now let's take a look at the top 20 coin on the radar, and if you look at it right now, we have number 1 is BTC, number 2 is ETH, number 3 is XRP, number 4 is Theta, number 5 is BNB, number 6 is Solana, number 7 is USDC, number 8 is Dogecoin, number 9 is Cardano, number 10 is Lido Stake, number 11 is Tron, as you can see, number 12 is Wrap BTC, Chainlink at number 13, Wrap ETH at number 14, Stellar sitting at number 15, Sui at number 16, Avalanche at number 17, Litecoin at number 18, HBAR at number 19, and Shiba Inu is still maintaining top 20, sitting at number 20. And if you look at it, the one that has done quite well over the past 7 days, you can see XRP has done 9.8% in the last 7 days. Also, if you take a look at Stellar has done 4.8% in the last 7 days. Litecoin as well has done 6.3% in the last 7 days. And the one that has dropped most in the last 7 days is Solana, of course. Solana has dropped 11.5% in the last 7 days. BNB also 8.1% in the last 7 days, with Sui and Avalanche dropping 7.3% and 6.5%. Respectively. I'm talking about meme coin. Shiba Inu dropped about 7% in the last 7 days. But we're going to take a look at the charts to see what we need to do, if we need to get into the market, or we need to hold on to the trade we're holding on to, or probably we need to close some of this trade and get into another project. All right, that's that on the market cap. You can see the market cap is still sitting at 3.3 trillion US dollars. All right, now let's dive into the chart of the day and see what the chart is looking like. And if you look at the screen right now, we are still in this range. You know, I told you to get into BTC around 97,000 since, and we've been ranging between this place, between 97,000, 96,000 to around 93,800 to 94k. And if you remember, I told you if we conveniently break below 94,000, we're going to close the market, but we are still in it. So it's like no profit yet, and at the same time no gain. Remember, this is for sports traders, investors, spot traders and investors, people that hold on to the trade. If you are interested in learning how to trade derivatives, future trading, margin trading, and all of that, you might want to join my Telegram and my Discord channels, and the links are down in the description. So now, what is going on with BTC? Is this still a buy? Yes, Bitcoin is still a buy. Let's say you are not in the market already. This is another signal to show us BTC it's a buy, and that is the stop loss. So BTC is still a buy at 96,984, and stop loss at at 96,984, yeah, excuse me, and stop loss at 94,969. So BTC is still a buy. Let's take a look at ETH. ETH also is a buy since that last week or 2 weeks that I gave you the entry, and it has not invalidated our stop loss. So it's still a buy. Stop loss is still at the same spot. Let's take a look at Sui. Sui, it's a buy. Then we had invalidation, but now Sui, it's a buy again. Sui, it's a buy again with stop loss as $3. Sui, it's a buy at $3.2 and stop loss at $3. Now let's take a look at XRP. XRP, of course, XRP is a buy, although he activated for us to leave the market around here. But if you look at it right now, XRP is going to be a buy again if we break above 2.74. Let us take a look at Avalanche or AVAX. AVAX also is a buy now. AVAX is a buy at $24, and stop loss is going to be right there at 22.8 US dollars. Let's take a look at AAVE, and if you look at AAVE, it's still a buy. AAV was a buy last week, but then we have invalidation. Now we have new entry, which is now here. If we we've broken above it. So AAV is about $254, and stop loss is at 254.18. So AAV, it's a buy. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana, it's not a buy yet. Solana is not a buy yet, so we need to wait for Solana to give us a good entry. Let us take a look at ADA. ADA, it's a buy now. You can get into ADA at 0.774, and you can see stop loss at 0.73. 3. Let's take a look at Toncoin. And if you look at Toncoin has been falling and created a structure when it dropped down to $2.8. But now we've not seen another significant or any good entry. So if you want to take my advice, I'll say we should stay away from Toncoin for now. So that's what I have for you on BTC and altcoin. Now let's dive into the meme coin. And if you look at the meme coin, of course we're going to start with Dogecoin. And Dogecoin is a buy and stop loss is at 24 cents. Now let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu also it's a buy, stop loss at 0.014. Let's take a look at Pepe. If you look at Pepe, Pepe also has given us that entry. So Pepe it's a buy with our stop loss at 0.000009. So that's where we have Pepe. Let's take a look at Ondo. If you look at Ondo it's a buy as well with stop loss now down here at 1.16. Let's take a look at X. X it's a buy since I gave you the entry and the stop loss at 0.01. So X it's still a buy and stop loss still remain at the same spot. And if you've not entered X, you might want to enter X right here. X is now a buy at 0.00005906. Let's take a look at Notcoin, excuse me. Notcoin is still a buy, stop loss is still at the same spot. Dogs still a buy, but now stop loss was hit. Now we need to wait for dogs to give us another entry. All right, let's take a look at Nero. I told you Nero was a buy from here. Stop loss still at the simply because all these plays are still flat tokens. So Nero is still a buy. Let's take a look at Deep. Of course, you can see Deep is a buy. You can get into Deep right now and make sure your stop loss is at 0.119. Let us take a look at Popcat. Popcat is not a buy yet, so please stay away from Popcat. Let us take a look at Trump coin. You know, I told you last week Trump coin is a buy and stop loss is down here. So the stop loss is still at the same spot. So Trump coin is still a buy. Let us take a look at Millennial coin. Millennial coin is not a buy yet. No buy yet for Millennial coin. So these are the signals or the analysis for Bitcoin, altcoins, and meme coin. But remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research before you invest on any token, and make sure you trade with the amount of money you can afford to lose. All right, with that being said, let's take a look at BTC dominance. If you look at BTC dominance is rising back after dropping from 64% to about 60%. Now we're having a breakthrough. If we could break above 61% again, I think we might have the dominance start moving upward. But until then, the BTC dominance is still sitting at 61.13%. So that's what I have for you on chart analysis today. Before we go, let us take a look at what the fear and greed index looks like. And if you look at the fear and greed index, you can see we're still sitting on neutral. Last week was neutral, yesterday was fear, now is neutral, while last month was extreme greed. So the market sentiment is sitting on neutral. So the buyers and the seller, no one is above each other. They are just at the middle. All right, thanks for watching the show. If you're still watching the show till now, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you're learning a lot and getting value for what you need. Also, if you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can get all the juicy content as I drop it immediately. Also, you can follow me on X to get immediate news that I drop for you out of the space. Don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok to get some nugget that I drop for you daily out of the space. All right, thanks for joining me on today's wonderful show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name still remains the same, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great. Until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful pack episode of this great show, it's bye for now.